The woman who remembered Egypt. Many people are curious about past lives, but few claim to remember them as clearly as one woman did. Her story became famous because of the details she shared and the strong emotions she felt about a life she believed she had lived in ancient Egypt. The woman, whose name was Dorothy, was born in the early 20th century in England. As a child, she had a serious accident. After she recovered, her behavior began to change in unusual ways. She started to speak about places and times that did not belong to her current life. Most surprisingly, she often talked about ancient Egypt as if she had lived there before. Dorothy felt a deep connection to Egypt from a very young age. When she saw pictures of Egyptian temples and statues, she said they looked familiar. She even insisted that she wanted to go home, although she had never been to Egypt in her current life. Her parents were confused and worried, but they could not ignore how strongly she believed in her memories. As she grew older, Dorothy continued to describe her supposed past life in detail. She claimed that she had been a young woman living near a temple. She spoke about daily routines, religious practices, and the structure of the temple itself. She also said she could understand and read hieroglyphs, even though she had never formally studied them at that time. This surprised many people around her. Another fascinating part of her story was her description of hidden places. Dorothy explained the inside of temples and pyramids, including narrow passages and rooms that she had never visited in her current life. Some of her descriptions matched real structures that were later studied more carefully by researchers. This made her story even more mysterious and difficult to explain. Eventually, Dorothy moved to Egypt. When she visited ancient sites, she seemed to recognize certain places immediately. At one temple, she even pointed out the location of a garden that had not yet been discovered by archaeologists. Later, evidence suggested that such a garden might have existed. This made people take her claims more seriously. Many experts tried to explain her story. Some believed that she had simply learned a lot about Egypt and created a story in her mind. Others thought her case was an example of imagination or a psychological response to her childhood accident. However, there were also people who believed that her memories could be real, suggesting that reincarnation might be possible. Dorothy herself never doubted her experience. For her, these memories were not dreams or fantasies, but a part of her identity. She lived the rest of her life in Egypt, feeling that she had finally returned to where she truly belonged. Even today, her story continues to raise questions about memory, identity, and the mysteries of the human mind.